So, hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to share with you one of the ways of how I teach the topic of prepositions of time. So, these are some tips of how to teach the topic of prepositions of time, which are at, on, and in. The first thing you need to do is you need to select a relevant text with examples of prepositions. Or you could use some texts that are available in the course books of your learners. Before I introduce a text, I usually write the words on, in, at on the board. I elicit from learners any background information they know about these words, and we share whatever they know together and write their comments or notes on the board. The learners usually associate their meanings with prepositions of place and not time, and I think this is fine because the aim of this lesson is to introduce and teach the learners more about prepositions of time. Then I introduce the text and I ask learners to highlight the words on, at, or in, and they also highlight the following word. That means the word that comes after the preposition. Once the students perform this, the teacher elicits their answers and writes them on the board. By doing this, learners would not only be reading, but they would be able to elicit the rules of when each preposition is used, and they would also gain a better understanding of when each preposition is used through a contextualized context. And in addition to this, learners would be able to differentiate between prepositions of time and place. The teacher could, of course, add additional examples for each preposition. As a follow-up activity, I usually use interactive notebook activities in most of my lessons because I believe it's highly important that learners do have an accurate reference for things they have learned. So this is the interactive notebook activity they get to do. They of course get a worksheet of explaining when each preposition is used and before what words, and they get to color and cut and paste the page into their notebooks, and they could later on add additional examples whenever they come across an example throughout a text they have learned. It's always a great way for the teacher if they have, for example, learned a new lesson. The teacher could just elicit, answers from them of when each preposition is used, and they can go back to the interactive notebook activity and add additional examples all the time. So I'm going to leave you with this short video of how you could also make an interactive activity with your learners. And of course, this worksheet is available right below this video in the YouTube description box for you just to click on a link and download and use in your own classes. So thank you for watching.